Now, is there any one group of stakeholders who you think once they see the final product might be, less enthusiastic than others? Might it be the, say, recreational fishers if they're not going to be allowed to go to certain areas?
We listened very carefully to the concerns of recreational fishers. We found numerous situations where we were able to address those concerns quite explicitly by changing the zonation and by balancing their need against conservation need. So we think that the recreational fishing sector will be quite pleased with the outcome. We definitely, though, do not subscribe to the view that recreational fishing is consistent with marine national parks or green zones. We're quite confident in the science that shows that to properly conserve the marine environment in a marine national park or in a green zone, one must invoke no-take. And even though an individual fisher's individual action of catching one fish might be seen to be harmless, the aggregate activity over a period of time is likely to have a fairly significant effect on biodiversity. So it is very clear to us that in order to have marine sanctuaries or marine reserves or green zones or pink zones, as the public know them, one has to have no-take. But we're confident within that where there have been real issues associated with iconic fishing areas, recreational fishing areas, we've been able to address those problems.
So let's talk about what changes there will be to commercial fishing in the Coral Sea and any recreational fishing and game fishing.
So we've been able to accommodate game fishing by allowing access to areas that have had historical importance and that are critical to their operations. So in terms of how they use those areas, because they're very far offshore, so they sort of depart from Cairns and then they have to travel 100 kilometres before they get anywhere where they can start fishing. And so we've been able to look at the way in which they operate their fishing and provide access to certain areas. But by the same token, working with them, they've been able to identify to us areas that they are quite happy to see remaining in green zones. So we're talking about very vast reefs. So we've been able to allow access to certain parts of the reef and have other parts of the reef contained within a marine national park or a green zone. So there is that complementarity in the way in which these areas are used.